Eric Ten Hag has finally given his verdict on Onana after costing us a game in Galatasaray. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys? Hope you're really having a fantastic stay on this channel and continue to subscribe, and also subscribing, hit the notification bell. That will enable you to get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. And this is Rock and David, and continue to obviously keep it this channel and don't go anywhere. So as it stands, we are here to obviously bring you the latest news and information as far as the club of Man United is concerned. Kobbie Mainoo in the mix, and Eric Ten Hag revealing to us what impresses him most about this guy. That is none other than Kobbie Mainoo. We thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims, Barak Lau Fikum, and let's kickstart off with Eric Ten Hag revealing to us his final verdict on Onana. He said, if you analyze it well, then you see he is the second best goalkeeper in the Premier League. Based on stats, his expected preventing goals is second best in the Premier League. He's doing well, but he knows that in the Champions League, he has in the Champions League he has made some mistakes, but all over in the first 5 months he has done well. Now, we all expected Eric Ten Hag to put in such a defense for his man. You know, he started off with a very trembling season, or trembling acts, but then he tried to obviously master up his craft. But as he mastered up his craft, shit went ahead obviously come his way, especially in the Champions League. By the way, in the previous games in the Premier League, obviously no one comes close to him, especially when it comes to, I think, clean sheets. It's only, I think, David Raya that's going to hate to keep more, because David Raya has kept a clean sheet against Everton, Sheffield, Man City. I think David Raya has like 6 clean sheets. 6 clean sheets. And Onana has 4 clean sheets. Against Everton, against Burnley, against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and against Luton Town. Those are 4 clean sheets. And for him, getting all that in the Premier League, it's a very huge bonus for him, and I think Eric Ten Hag is right. And by the way, when it comes to stats, very many people won't really agree with what stats really say, but trust me, stats are what the modern game of football are all about. And the previous games in the Premier League, Onana has been doing himself great service. Let's all admit, Onana has been doing himself great service, but in the Champions League, especially in the game at Bayern Munich, Galatasaray at Old Trafford, and Galatasaray away, you know, he really did himself a disservice. But we all remember that if you are to go through on the 13th, sorry, it's 12th of December, it will all be remembered that Onana collected us 3 points in the dying minutes, as we obviously went ahead to really beat Copenhagen by 1-0. That will be remembered and it will never be forgotten. So to cap all this, it should obviously see us going through. But in the Premier League, the stats are obviously favoring the guy, that is Onana, and they're really on his side. But in the Champions League, he has gone ahead to do very many mistakes, something that Eric Ten Hag has gone ahead to agree with. So he added and said, you also know, because you have seen how he's reacting to bad performances like in Bayern Munich, at Burnley, he was outstanding. He's a strong character. He is a strong character. He is a personality, and he will deal with it. So we've seen him come back, and what is going to shock everyone is that in the Premier League, Onana is going to perform well, and few people obviously have to agree with me that he's going to keep 17 clean sheets. 17 all close to 17, like David De Gea really went ahead to keep last season, because all these teams we're going to have to keep clean sheets at, we can do it in the second round, meaning that he can take his tally to 10 and maybe find other clean sheets kept. So Onana for me is doing mistakes, especially in the Champions League, but we should admit he's the goalkeeper that we are having, and we have no other. People are talking about Bendayer, but even if Erik Ten Hag brings in Bendayer and we are beaten, do you know what people will say? How could you bench Andre Onana, who just went ahead to do a mistake against Galatasaray, and you really drop him? So that's not how business is done. A goalkeeper is not like any other player in the field of play, because for other players you can change them anyhow, but for the goalkeeper, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't really make sense, and for that I stand with Erik Ten Hag. Let's see how Andre Onana is going to perform on Saturday as we take on Newcastle, and we'll judge him according to his performances he's obviously going to put in. If he puts in good performances, then we'll obviously be happy about it. If he does vice versa, then we will slate him, because for me, I'm very much known for obviously being a man of my word, and I really call a spade, because when Harry Maguire was performing badly, I was one of those who really came in through and said Harry Maguire is really a bang average player. He's putting in bang average performances. But recently, when I was going to hate to perform good, what have I going to hate to tell you? That he's really doing good. So Andre Onana has been doing good, but he went ahead to obviously have a blip against Galatasaray, though it was painful. But let's trust the process, and let's trust our manager, Erik Ten Hag. Now, let's go to Kobbie Mainoo and what Erik Ten Hag had to say about this 18-year-old ahead of the game of Newcastle. He said if he's ready or not, he showed on Sunday he was ready, and then we have to manage 3 games in 6 days to get the best results of all the games. We have more than 11 players. We have good options there. Sofian Amrabat showed he was playing in a good game. We have to manage the load of players, and it's about freshness as well. And as I told you, that for Kobbie Mainoo, Erik Ten Hag will always get him in when games are really favorable for him. Sorry about that. One will ask, Rokani, how does Erik Ten Hag get to know that this game is favorable for Kobbie Mainoo? Simply, and it's very simple. Do you know what he does? He'll obviously come in through and really gather the stats of the team and see how they play. If the way they play will help Kobbie Mainoo to thrive, especially at the beginning of the game, then he'll bring him on. But in most games, we'll see Kobbie Mainoo come off the bench, because as we reach the half-hour mark, teams go ahead to obviously change their style of play. And Kobbie Mainoo is really a very good player, and Amrabat came in through and started ahead of him in the game of Galatasaray, and I believe Amrabat is going to start ahead of Kobbie Mainoo in the game of Newcastle, and Kobbie Mainoo will come on later, because there is a lot to first reserve before we obviously get into the Kobbie Mainoo story. But I won't be shocked if at all Erik Ten Hag makes a decision and starts Kobbie Mainoo and obviously bring him onto the field of play. Now, Erik Ten Hag was asked on what impresses him more on this lad. He said, Kobbie Mainoo's scanning, it looks like he always has time, because he's scanning, he's running free, he's scanning to see the options and make the right decision. Can delay, can speed up, he makes the right decisions. And to me, he's a complete footballer. Kobbie Mainoo is a complete footballer. When he really gets that ball, he acts like there is no any other player around him. That's what makes him special for me. You know, his press resistance is really way beyond that of Eriksson, Casemiro. And that's why I told you that Kobbie Mainoo's best description is a combination of Eriksson and Casemiro. Anything you want from Casemiro, this guy will offer it to you. That is it. And anything you want from Eriksson, Kobbie Mainoo has it. And that's why Erik Ten Hag is really rating him highly as a player and It's just a matter of time for him to obviously get into better times as a player. And he's really under a very right manager. The game of Newcastle is ahead of us, and he can play a big part into us winning it. So guys, your thoughts on Erik Ten Hag's and Onana huge verdict are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Erik Ten Hag hailing Kobbie Mainoo and his qualities that he has gone ahead to obviously show up on the field of play? May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum. We sign out for now, guys. And don't forget to subscribe, because you need to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And I sign out for now. Bye-bye.